What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is for entertainment purposes only. So we're going to do a quick one here because honestly, I don't see too much. And I notice there's sometimes where it's worth putting in big risk to trade when we're at like monthly monster trend lines. That's the time to put in the risk. But other than that, there's sometimes where we're kind of in the middle and maybe it's not worth so much risk if you're unsure. Like USD CAD here, I mean, if you go to the daily chart, there's a 382 pin bar that had formed on the daily on Friday. Price did exactly what I thought it was going to do this week. We got a bounce from down here, pushed up, and I was in most of that this week. And then we came up and hit the trend line, and we got a 382 pin bar on the daily. If you zoom out to the daily, you'll see it. So again, we're here now. What? I see this zone here, which we have plenty of nice rejections from all the way in the past. We only broke above it once here, false break. We haven't been above it in like 5 weeks. Now we're above it. So possibly Monday's a holiday. So maybe this just kind of wiggles its way down really, really slow on Monday. So it might be worth getting in maybe short on Monday. And just, it's going to be very, very slow, I would imagine. It's just going to, because whatever happens on Friday, more than likely, continues on Monday. So we were coming down on Friday, more than likely, Monday. And tonight, it's just going to crawl its way down. And then I think maybe Monday night into Tuesday morning, possibly we get a bounce from here, back up for a second test of this resistance trend line. And if we don't break through, this would form a lower high, and then it could come down. So it all depends on what happens there, but it could be worth this little bounce. But obviously, I'm not going to be throwing down big risk. It's going to be smaller amounts. Maybe we can ride this up, maybe then ride the bounce down. Because this does have room. This could bounce in here a little bit more. Up and down, up and down. So we are at a resistance trend line. A weekly resistance trend line, and this is going to be the third touch. So hey, you know, maybe we buy from this zone, sell as soon as we get into this zone, or get out of that position in this zone, and then sell from this zone and go back down, but smaller risk, obviously. GBP USD, this is kind of what I think is going to happen here. I threw in a sell order on Friday, which might have been a mistake. I don't know. If I get in profit, I might just get out. But you see GBP USD, we kind of made this low. And then on Friday, it pushed back up and took out a previous swing high. So now this is starting to look like a shoulder, swing. We got the head. We got another swing. And now we could potentially come back down into shoulder, then push up into this zone here. You see this big wick rejection up here, and then maybe back down from there. So yeah, I don't know. Or maybe this thing wiggles its way up a little bit more, and then starts to come down. But I think more than likely this could potentially be it. Yeah, I think either this is it, or we come up into this zone and then come down. Yeah, one of those two. So we'll see what goes on there. But this is where I'm putting my risk this week, right here. And if I don't get filled, I don't get filled. This is where I want to risk some money. GBP Aussie. This is starting to look good. And then when we get our buy order on this, I think I'm going to just hold it. I'm just going to hold it. As long as we stay above this monthly monster support trend line, I have no reason, none, to get out of this trade until it hits the top. So we're going to see. So we had this false break here on the monthly chart. And then price pushed right back up. And actually, if we zoom in a little bit, you see that we have a... Let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, there it is. False break. Oh, oops. False break through the monthly monster support trend line. Push back up. And this swing high is higher than these swing highs. So that's a swing break right there. Swing break rotation. So that's a good sign. But now we haven't tested this level that we broke through yet. So it pushed up, and now it seems like we've been in a downtrend, coming back down to test this level and probably get a bounce there and continue up, because on the higher time frames, that's what kind of looks like is taking place. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, something like that. So let's zoom in a little bit and see what we can do with this. So I marked out this zone. Yeah. It's kind of a big zone, but yeah, you can see we came down into this zone here and got a massive push away. Came through it, broke, came into this zone again, big push away, big push away. We got to push away here. The zone might not be perfect, but I would say that, you know, this as long as price doesn't go down too much, we'll probably come up and at least take out this previous high here before it goes down. So that's where I started. My sell order is just above this previous wick, and I'm hoping that GBP kind of comes up and hits this. And yeah, I'm in short. I'm gonna put 50,000 units short, looking for downside. And let's see. And then once it comes down to this bottom trend line, that's where I want to get in long and hold. But I definitely think this is coming down here. We haven't hit this area yet. So if we take profit and bring, oh, look at this, and come down and at least take out that low, that's over $1,000 right there. If we can just get in and hold that down to there, that would be beautiful. Yeah. And then we'll get in here with another 50,000 units, and then potentially once we get filled here, and then we start heading up, we wait for the retest, add in some more, bounce, add in some more, you know the drill. But yeah, this is going to be my main focus this week, is waiting and watching this guy right here. I think this is the money maker for me this week. It's GBP Aussie. Otherwise, I might tamper with USD CAD. I might tamper with Aussie USD. If Aussie USD makes another push down and hits this 0.68000 level right here, if we touch that level, I'm going to buy. So Aussie, we had a push down, and then we came back up and ended right at resistance. So this could push down one more time into the 68000 level, and once it takes this low out, I might get in long and see Aussie push up, because that's probably what's going to take place. If you go back and look at Aussie, you'll notice a lot of expansion type patterns where it kind of like takes out lows and highs, and it does it a lot. This pair loves to do that. Highs and lows. It takes them out, so it takes out the buyers, it takes out the sellers. It just screws everybody equally. You know what I mean? Total equality here. But yeah, anyways, that's it. That's it for, I guess, for a couple days. We'll see what happens. And yeah, see what happens. See you later.